Hi, this is an introduction to PeePod. Everything you need in PeePod comes in this blue bag. Now when you open it, one of the things that you'll notice, it has several different components along with the blue bag. I'll explain that later. First of all, it has a suction cup. Second, it has the unit itself and the botanical fragrance bar. This is the Earth Essence botanical fragrance bar. And as soon as you rip it open and get this fragrance bar out, the air actually activates this fragrance and it fills the whole restroom in 7 minutes. Now this crooked pen here, this is the real magic here. This pen was patented in Japan, and what it does is that by the bending of this pen, this tension of this pen, is what holds it inside the urinal. We'll explain that here in a few minutes. But what you need to do is you just hold on to this pen, lift the front cover, and then what you do is you put the fragrance bar in the front part of this PeePod system. If you touch it, it has a bullseye mark. Now in the back part of the chamber, it has the chemical chamber. That's where the cleaner is. If you touch it with your finger, it has a water-soluble wax. And underneath the water-soluble wax is a cleaner called sulfamic acid. This is the same hard water cleanser that is in a lot of the household toilet bowl cleaner. And usually those are 3%, sometimes they're 40%. But this is 100% concentrated formula in the batch. Now as the water rushes in, this water-soluble wax will melt, and it will percolate to this upper chamber right here. And it will mix in this upper station with additional water and chemical and exit from this back hole. Now because this back hole is mounted against the wall of the urinal, as the water flushes from the gravity feed and the small pre-measured amount of chemical exit from the back hole, what it will do is it will start to scrape the walls of the urinal clean and actually restore the condition of the urinals within a matter of 7 days. Now let's put this cover back. What you do is you want to make sure this cover has, the base unit has a little indentation on each side of this unit. So when you put this cover, you'll notice that it has 2 holes on the top corner, and you want to make sure that that 2 holes matches the 2 tiny indentation on the base of the unit. And once that meets perfectly, then you can simply snap the bottom unit like that. And before you install it, of course, you want to bend the pin. Now it did come with a suction cup, and the reason why is if the flush hole for this pin actually dries up into the flush hole of the urinal, if the hole of the flush hole is smaller than 3/32 size than the size of the pin, this pin will not work. In that case, what you do is you get the suction cup and you simply squeeze it through the hole where the chemical exit, and it will not block it all the way. Just push it in, and at this juncture, what it will do is it will actually hang inside the urinal using this little suction cup. At that point, what you need to do is bend the pin forward. So if you need to use the pin without the suction cup, make sure it has the 45 degrees angle, because the tension of this pin is what holds PeePod in its place. Okay, this PeePod is a pretty amazing system, and one of the things that I just want to review is the fact the easiness of installation with this crooked pin. As you have seen, it goes into the urinal in the flush hole in a matter of 7 seconds. That's preparing the unit and bending the pin and inserting it. Another thing that I just want to highlight is the fragrance bar in the front. This is a botanical plasticized fragrance bar that actually fills the whole restroom in 7 minutes. Now it will fill the whole restroom in 7 minutes and refresh the bathroom, but it's never designed to replace your air freshener program. It will stay strong only for this first 7 to 10 days. Meanwhile, the chemical chamber that you've seen in the back that will scrape the walls of the urinal clean will reduce the odor in the following 7 days and eliminate 90% of the odors. And what you'll notice is that once you install this PeePod into the unit like this, into the urinal, you'll notice that every time the water gets flushed, the chemical will exit from the PeePod, cascading down the walls of the urinal, restoring this wall to like a showroom condition. Also, one of the things that you might want to know is that it will actually go to the bottom part of the trap, this P trap. And often what happens is that when the janitor tries to clean the surface of the urinal, they'll stick the metal brush, the pointed brush, into the exit drainage area of the urinal. But the problem is it doesn't quite make the U-turn. So the trap is designed to go 180 degrees into U-turn. So what happens is the brush fails to clean the back part of the urinal where it starts to collect with urine crystal, also known as calculus deposit. Now, one of the neat thing about the PeePod is that not only will it restore the condition of the urinal, clean the P trap, but it will go down the steel pipe and actually restore the condition of the steel pipe to like-new condition in about 7 to 10 months. So it's a great system. And all you have to do is just change it every 2, and in some cases it will last up to 3 months. Now remember, when you install the PeePod, you'll use a blue bag, kind of like glove, to protect your hand during the installation. And make sure and bend this pin back, again, 45 degrees angle. Now remember, the tension of this pin is what holds it into flush hole. So what you do is you use the bag, hold the unit in place, and then as you enter into the urinal, make sure it's centered, push against the wall, and simply slide it. And that's all you have to do. I would say that that takes about 7 seconds to install this PeePod into the urinal. Okay, remember, when you're installing it with the suction cup right back here, you're going to probably have to clean the surface of the urinal wall with some paper towel and soap. Just get it from the soap dispenser. All you have to do is just take a spot, scrub the clean in a circular motion as such. Then once you do that, you want to flush the toilet with another flush. That would help clean the surface of the urinal from any residual soap. And once you do that, you're ready to install the PeePod with the suction cup. So after it stops flushing, I'll bend the pin forward. That's when you want to use a suction cup. You no longer need the pin to hold it in place. And just center it, press it against the wall, and it will hold it in place.